Hello, in this video I'm going to talk about how to solve simultaneous equations by elimination. For example, we're given 2x minus y equals 6, and we're given 4x plus 3y equals 22. You could actually quite possibly solve this by substitution. I mean, it's very easy to isolate the y value here, but nevertheless they ask us to solve by elimination, and so in that case the best thing to do would be to multiply first equation by 2, and basically both of these equations represent lines, and by solving simultaneously we are finding where these respective lines intersect. So we're finding they're intersecting, their point of intersection, but in any case, so we're multiplying the top equation by 2. It's going to give us 4x, 2 times 2 is 4, minus 2y, and then 6 times 2 is 12, and then that's going to be over 4x plus 3y equals 22. So this is equation 1, this is equation 2, and now we're going to subtract 1 from 2. So we're just going to basically put the second equation on top, so 4x plus 3y equals 22, and then we're going to subtract 4x minus 2y equals 12. And the whole point of multiplying by 2 at the top equation at the very outset is we want to make it 4x, because now we get to this point where we can cancel out the x terms. If we 4x minus 4x, they just cancel out. Now we have 3. Now, the purpose of that is we remove one variable. So now we've just isolated the y, and we can solve for one variable quite simply. So now we have 3y minus negative 2. Well, that's just going to be plus 2. So we have 5y equals, and 22 minus 12 is 10. And we just divide by 5 both sides, and we get y equals 2. So now that we have the y value, the value for y, we can very simply find the value for x. We're just going to substitute y equals 2 back into equation 1, and so we have 4x minus 2 times 2, right? Y equals 2, so I'm just substituting the value of y back in, and all that is equal 12, of course, and 2 times 2 is 4, so we have 4x minus 4 equals 12. We're going to add 4 to both sides, and we get 4x equals 16. Divide by 4 on both sides, and we get x equals 4. So the point of intersection of these two lines is at 4 and 2. So x equals 4, y equals 2. And if you were to graph that, you would see that the two lines would intersect precisely at that point. Right, let's do another one. Say, for example, let's do this one. Given that 5x plus 2y equals 6, given that 3x minus 10y equals 26. Now, the best thing to do here, I think, would be to multiply both the top and bottom equation. So we want to cancel out one of the either x or y terms, and so I'm going to multiply the top equation by 3 and the bottom equation by 5, because that will give us 15 as the coefficient of the x term, which we can then cancel. So by doing that, we've got at the top, we've got 15x, and 3 times 2 is going to be 6, so plus 6y, and then we have 3 times 6 is 18, and at the bottom we've got again 5 times 3, 15x, 5 times negative 10, that's going to be negative 50y, and we have 26 times 5, which is going to be 110, 130. Alright, and now we can, this is equation 1, just a note, this is equation 2, we can subtract 1 from 2 would be the easiest, and so therefore I'm just going to rearrange this, and so we have 15x minus 50y at the top. Of course that's set to equal 130. Then we're going to subtract 15x plus 6y equals 18. Alright, so what's that get us? Well, the x terms cancel. That was the entire purpose of the first step, so that's good. And then we have negative 50y minus 6, so we're going to end up with minus 56y equals 130 minus 18 is going to give us 112. Oops, should be 112. And we're just going to divide negative 56 from both sides, and that's going to give us that's going to equal so y will equal negative 2 here. 112 divided by 56 is 2, so y equals negative 2. Now we found the value for y. We can very simply find the value for x. Just substitute y equals negative 2 into the first equation. So we'll have 15x plus 6 times negative 2, right? Because 6 times y, or 6y, we know y equals negative 2, so it's 6 times negative 2, all that equals 18. So 6 times negative 2 is negative 12. We're going to then add 12 to both sides. We want to isolate for our x value. We're solving for x here. And so we're going to have 15x equals 30, because 12 plus 18 is 30. We divide by 15 from both sides, and we are going to get x equals 2. So where these two lines intersect, from our original equations, is at the point of x equals 2 and y equals negative 2. I'll work on one more example. This one looks fun. Okay, so we're given 3x plus 8y, and that's set to equal 33. And now we're given 6x equals 3 plus 5y. So that's pretty cool. So what we need to do here is just rearrange this bottom equation, and so I'll do that right here. So we'll have 6x. We're just going to subtract 5y from both sides, so we have 6x minus 5y equals 3. And now what we can do is multiply. We can multiply the top by 2. That would work. So if I multiply the top equation by 2, I want to get this x, the coefficient of the x term, to equal 6, so I can cancel it out later on. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'll just rewrite all of this. So 2 times 3, that's going to be 6x. 2 times 8 is 16, so plus 18y, and 33 times 2 is 66. And now we can just write the second equation at the bottom. So 6x minus 5y equals 3. Oops, equals 3. And so this is equation 1. This is equation 2. And we're going to subtract. Yeah, so this is fine. We're just going to subtract. So 6x minus 6x. That's just going to cancel. Now we've got 15y, or 18y, sorry, minus negative 5y, and that is going to get us 23y. And now we have 66 minus 3, which is going to give us 63. Right, and 63 minus 23 doesn't work, so there's an error here somewhere. Where was the error? Where is the error here? 2 times 3 is 6, 2 times 8 is 16. So yeah, 6x equals 3 plus 5y top equation is 3x plus 8y equals 33. Multiply the top by 2, so that's going to give us 6x, which is exactly what we want. 2 times 8 is 16. Oh, that's it, sorry, I made a really silly error. It's early in the morning, so I'm not quite thinking very clearly. That's going to be a 16. That's exactly where it went wrong. I accidentally wrote 18. Right, and 2 times 33 is still 66. So we still have equation 1 and equation 2. The 6x is going to cancel. Now we've got 16y minus negative 5. That's going to give us 21y. And then that is going to equal 66 minus 3 is 63. Now that's correct, because now if we divide by 21 on both sides, we're going to get y equals 3. And now that we have y equals 3, we can substitute y back into equation 1. And so we have 6x plus 16y, which equals 3. All that is set to equal, oh, what am I doing? 6 back into equation 1. Yeah, so 6x plus 16y equals 3. And all that is set to equal 66. And so we have 6x, and 16 times 3 is going to give us 48. And we can subtract 48 from both sides. 66 minus 48 is going to be, well, 2, that gets us to 50, so it's going to be 18. And now we just divide by 6 on both sides, and then x is going to equal 3. So y equals 3, x equals 3.